Hello, gentle viewers. This is Guardian, welcoming you back to Out of the Park Baseball 25 with the Charlotte Silverwolves. Our previous episode was the off season, and it wasn't terribly thrilling as off seasons go. We took a look at our transaction log. Not a lot happened. Um, we did trade Jesus Padilla in order to acquire Luis Cuevas. Because Jesus Padilla wanted a fairly large arbitration amount, which I wasn't prepared to pay. Let's start here. We signed a bunch of extensions to people. Um, one of which was pretty bad, which was the one to Baltistuzzi. I eventually gave up on that one. Most of this isn't terribly interesting. We let Eloy Daza and Jesus Archuleta walk. We lost a few people in the Rule 5 draft. Nobody too concerning. We invited some people to spring training camp. And then there was this trade. We got a lot of players for Baltistuzzi. A lot of players. And while it's sure that a lot of these guys aren't going to be all-stars, they're at least useful. And it really got that contract off the books. So that felt pretty good. That felt pretty good. Yeah. It's a really good team. It's a really good team. I wish we could keep Casey Choate healthy, especially after he just got his new mega contract, but actually not that big a contract given what he actually provides, so I'm kind of okay with that. There are no new starters this year. These guys are all on the team last year, other than Juan Gaviret, who's going to be given his first chance in the major leagues. I'm excited to see what he might be able to accomplish. He could be a really good fit for this club. Other than that, everyone here started last season, including Ariola. Um, Not take that back. Ariola started about halfway through the season, but yeah. Rotation's mostly the same with the addition of Gabe Vega. Um, I don't know how he's gonna do, but I think he'll do good. And I'd like having another young arm. He's gonna be filling in while Choate recovers and possibly replacing somebody like Carmona. Juan Carmona had a good year last year. It's just a question of can he build on it and get better. Bullpen is pretty similar to normal. Nate Quinn is injured, but should be back hopefully soon. Although he's not the pitcher he used to be. He's still pretty effective, but he's not what he used to be. Um, Mike Boardman is going to low key be pretty important this year, I think. We need a new young dominant reliever, and he might be the guy. Jesus Mendoza is all starting to get is going to get pretty expensive pretty quickly here, so that may be something we want to think about as well. Valorama will be gone, so gone, and I'm going to be so happy about that. Valorama gone, Quinn gone, and probably honestly Rivera gone too. I like Rivera, don't get me wrong, but I have a really damn good young catcher in Mike Bennett. And I have plenty of possibilities, so I think Rivera needs to go. It's going to be unpopular because I know a lot of fans really like him, but I think it has to happen. Because Mike Bennett's just that good. He's that good, and he offers elite power, which is something this team has badly struggled for. So, yeah, Darren Hile's going to make a challenging decision in the very near future, and I'm here for that. I don't know where he plays. Like, I certainly wouldn't play him at second base over Salazar, but he's going to put where I'm going to have to do it. Steve Pratt keeps getting better. Steve Pratt is a genuinely good option to start in center field in their near future. So could be a lot of transitioning next season, especially as Eric Infuso's contract demands just keep getting higher and higher. He's been good, don't get me wrong. but I don't like paying that much money for a center fielder when I have a really good one in the minor leagues. Speaking of next man up, we got some other talented players improving each year. So we've got options. If something happens, we'll be able to, I think, fill in quite nicely. Who's our next big star? Let's take a look here. If we go to the Charlotte Silverwolves, Darren Heil appears to be that guy. That's the White Sox. Click the right button, dummy. I mean, Darren Heil has one single weakness, which is the fact he's not a very good second baseman. If that's his only weakness, I am over the moon about that. He's a sixth round draft pick, is the number 4 best um, prospect in the league. Let me see something really quickly here. Oh, I know where Grand Oaks High School is. It is not in my city, but it is nearby. I drive by it pretty regularly. It's in Spring. It's not in my home. It's not in the town I live in, not my hometown, because I'm not a native of the Houston area. Anyways, um, we've got some good players coming up here. Alfredo Caballero is another guy who looks like he could be a really good, really good. But yeah, it's just going to be a question of being patient and making sure we don't rush people until they're ready. And knowing when to cycle people out. Steve Pratt could start for us right now. We're just not doing that yet. If Anfuso gets hurt or if he continues to play subparly, that day might come sooner rather than later. We've always got to keep cycling people out to make sure we have the best possible team so we can continue to compete while Zapata's still on the club. And I think it's going to be crucial for us to develop lots and lots of depth in the outfield because Zapata is only going to be around for a certain amount of time. He's not what he used to be already. He just had 2,000 major league hits, which I think was an important threshold for him to cross. If we can get him a WAR for around 100, I think he's going to sail into the Hall of Fame. It's not going to be remotely close, but we'll see. We'll see. With all that said, let me do one last pass to make sure that everyone is on the 40-man that needs to be. They are. Away we go. Why is Josh Foos still on this roster? Do we literally not have a better reliever? Brad Page is much better than Josh Foos. Fuck off, nerd. Yeah, he's not good enough, in my opinion. There you go. Brad Page is a much better pitcher. And is a 13th round draft pick, so this is a big deal for him. Not too many 13th round draft picks make the major leagues, so I hope he feels special. Okay. Do I have too many pitchers? I wouldn't mind sending down a pitcher if it means calling up an infielder. Yeah, Saldana can't stop himself from walking people, and that's gonna be a problem his entire career. Is he my only lefty guy? No. I guess he is kind of. I think we're okay for now. But we may want to talk about. I hate having only one backup infielder. I think that's very risky and dangerous. I think Saldana goes to the minors unless you send down Mercer. I think we send down Mercer and we call up an infielder. Not Heil. Definitely not Heil. But I think Dusty Hackett is reasonable. I think adding another good defensive second base, a good second base, a good infielder is a good idea. So we'll do that. I just hope the ad is doing anything fucking stupid, like force Hackett to play. They don't, which is good for me. I'm happy to have Hackett around as a backup infielder. Okay, yeah. Let's go. Let's baseball, friends. Players been DFA'd. Ken McGee and Deshaun Mooks have already been returned in the Rule 5. Let's send them both to AAA. I mean, we're off to a pretty good start, I think it's fair to say, since we've only lost a single game so far. Obviously, I don't expect that to continue. I expect to go 161 and 1. I think that's a bit much. Um, we do get Nate Quinn back. Rather than fuck with this bullpen at the moment, I want him to rehab. And we're gonna wait and see if somebody else gets injured or we just need a replacement. Because we're gonna get the most out of Nate Quinn. We need him to be healthy late into the season. So couples. By the way, we just lost our second game to Tampa, so that's pretty wild. I did look at player development, did I? Brad Page got better. Valderrama got worse. Jarvis is throwing harder and is as he's getting older. That's ridiculous, in a good way. What if anybody would take Valderrama? Hmm, probably not. Probably not. Wise words from Sandy Koufax. If you haven't read it, Jane Levy's biography of Sandy Koufax is flawless. It's one of my favorite baseball books of all time. It's really, really good. Hey, there we go. Decision made for me. Thanks, John. Way to be a team player and get a herniated disc. Um, let's keep going. But yeah, Sandy Koufax is amazing, and it's a really good book. So if you haven't read it, I highly recommend it. I think it's just called Koufax, but I haven't. I don't actually have a copy of it. When we moved from Ohio to Texas, I left a lot of my books, and I donated them to the library because I didn't want to have to carry a bunch of books with me. But yeah, that's where we are. Chase Captain, what a fucking name! What an incredible name for a baseball player. That's great. Phil Sullivan is improving. Love to see that. Well, that stamina, he's probably a reliever, but I'm willing to give him time to keep developing. Some nice stuff here. Really good to see. Mauricio Escobedo. Omari Bibles. Or Biblace, perhaps. Perhaps. Hmm. Players getting better. You'd love to see it. Juan Carmona is the pitcher of the month. And what a month, indeed. Nice. Andres Luna gave Ariola some bullshit. He's playing well. Like, let me be clear. If I had to pick between Luna or Ariola, it's going to be Ariola that we keep. Ted Salvato was the best player in the PCL. Nice. I mean, he is slugging 750, which is pretty insane. He literally hits a home run every other game. That's fucking wild, man. I'm just gonna take a quick gaze here. Nothing too crazy is happening. We're just gonna keep on going. Love to see how well Gavarich is playing, though. That's very encouraging. Billy Pickering's off to a bit of a slow start this year, but he is winning. He's just not pitching as effectively as we might like. The home runs are a problem. What if you just simply don't allow the hitter to hit your baseball out of the ballpark? That's galaxy brain thinking right there. Um, Kuranosuke Shimizu. Kuranosuke. Yeah, I think that's how you would say his first name. Nice. There's a very large population of Brazilians that have Japanese ancestry. Now, I don't know like what the deal is with that, but actually, I have a good friend at work that's in that kind of position. Um, well, former colleague. She is Brazilian of with a Japanese name. What the fuck, Mitch Couples? Would you stop starting fights? Like, holy shit, bro. We need you. I don't like this tendency of his. I don't like it at all. I'd like him to stop. I need you on the field hitting baseballs, not on the field hitting players. That's a pretty important difference, and I know which I want you to do. And I've got a torn quad. What the fuck, man? What the fuck? Um. So here's the question. Salazar can play shortstop. What if I called up Darren Heil and had him play second? He has a sprained knee. What terrible timing. Let's do Luis Cuevas for now. Because I don't want to risk injuring Darren Heil, but that is most unpleasant. Maybe you should stop fucking picking fights with people, you dipshit. He's no chase captain, that's for sure. It would be funny as hell for chase captain's personality to be selfish. I have to look into him. I'm enthralled by the story of Chase Captain. What a guy. Alright, we'll talk to Sean Lesko here in a minute. I must know everything there is to know about Chase Captain. Where did he come from? Where did he go? Where did you come from? Cotton Eye, Chase Captain. Um. Okay, he plays for Oakland. Let's shortlist him. He actually hasn't had that good a career, to be honest with you. He's been useful, but he hasn't been as good as he's been this year before. But he's on pace to already top his career high in home runs, and it's May. That's fucking wild. Lesko is ready to come back. Am I ready to bring Lesko back? Is the question. And I don't know. I don't know. Is there any pitcher doing poorly? Valderrama is, but I can't get rid of him. I don't think. I want Boardman in the major leagues. He has nothing left to learn in the minors, in my opinion. I could send down Brad Page. I could. I feel like trading Valderrama is the obvious answer, but I don't know who's going to want him. Let's try it. Any interesting prospect, and you can have your very own Domingo Valderrama. But if I half of his contract for you, does that move the needle? I can get a mid first baseman. Any green prospects? No. I'm not going to trade him for no reason. I'm just going to let Lesko rehab in the minors and see what he looks like here. Rehab. Who's actually starting at shortstop? Is it Dusty Hackett? No, it's Cuevas. That's kind of what I figured. A 1-0 victory. Those are always satisfying. Not to watch, like those are the most boring things to watch if you're like sitting down at home or you're at the ballpark because not very much happens. But they're actually fun to like read about, and they're very tense if it's the right kind of situation. Um, Unless the pitchers are just fucking dominating. Like, there's a possibility to have a 1-0 game where the pitchers aren't pitching that well, and those are less exciting. Um, but players getting better. You love to see it. Steve, the don't call me Chris Pratt, the crunchy rodent. Yeah, cool, cool. I mean, my only complaint is that my star shortstop keeps getting himself out of the lineup. Chuko is becoming problematic. A Chuko that only hits 24 home runs is not somebody I'm willing to pay as much money as I'm paying. So hopefully he has himself a bit of an improvement as the season progresses. Um, Casey Choate will be coming back probably in August, which actually might be really beneficial for us as a club. Gabe Vega is struggling a bit, which I think is reasonable. Like, I don't think it's unfair to expect a rookie. He is essentially still a rookie to struggle a bit. I think that's fine. We're sure better at base running, but I guess I can't argue too much. We're leading the league in home runs, so looks like we're getting a flash of the old Sergio Zapata, which I love. There's nothing wrong with last year's Sergio Zapata. I'm not being unrealistic. I just want him to be healthy. That's all I want. I wish Gav Barrett was hitting for a bit more power. I think, given his position in the lineup, you should expect more than 4 home runs from him. I think that's a reasonable thing to request. Salazar is good. Chico is good. Alejandro Rivera is playing quite well. If it's going to be his last year with the Silver Wolves, and I think it might be, he's definitely going out on top. And Fuso's going to want so much fucking money, I'm probably going to have to let him go, and that's going to suck. But it is what it is. No team can afford to have all their players around forever, so I definitely don't see a world where we keep Rivera or Quinn, unless Quinn is willing to take a pretty substantial pay cut. And I think Anfuso's on board borrowed time too. Sean Lesko, I'm not bringing back. I think he's done well for us, but I also think that I just don't see the point in paying him. What if I traded him? I wonder if anybody would find him useful. Sergio D'Angel isn't that big a deal. It's not a big deal for me to eat his salary if it gets me a better prospect, so I will happily go ahead and do that to somebody who needs a bullpen upgrade. If I can get a decent prospect out of it. Danny Tobler is not bad, but he's not very good either. Dan Gilliland is certainly nothing to write home about. I think I'll just keep him. Like, I'm not going to trade just for the sake of making a trade. If I'm not actually getting an interesting prospect that offers something useful, I mean, Johnny Bagley is okay. Yeah, I don't think so. I think we just keep him, let him rehab, and see what happens as the season progresses. Somebody else might get hurt. I mean, Dusty Hackett wasn't what I was hoping for, but sure. Um, I think that means Darren Heil gets called up. Like, yeah, I think we have to call him up. I did anticipate him actually making the major league roster this year, but oh, Couples had a fucking setback. Lame. They put you on the 60-day IL so that I have the flexibility to. Damn it, kid. 5 hits for Zapata is always good. We like that. We like when he hits lots of baseballs. It is a good thing. He liked getting choked done. He wanted me to get an MVP. I mean, we already have an MVP, so nice. 5 hits. All singles. I'm less excited about that. Chuko got 5 hits. 2 of them were home runs. That I like a lot better. Gavrot's playing very well. He's just not driving the ball out of the park at this point. But the rest of the skill set is very impressive. He's definitely been an important piece of this lineup success this year. For sure. Walensky. Oh, we got 5 hits again for Chugo, including a home run. He's heating up a little bit. That's good to see that. Okay, let's get some people re-signed. Our chemistry is pretty damn good right now. I think Scott Austin is a 2-time World Series winner that's in the postseason every year he's been the manager. I think we keep him. I have no control over his coaches, other than the pitching coach. So I can't sign any of these guys. I can re-sign the scouting director, which I will. I think he's done a really good job for us. I mean, if all the minor league coaches all get extensions, 6 would not agree. I think Forte is a really good hitting coach. I like the idea of keeping him around. He's even won the postseason. So we're gonna go ahead and make that happen. We're gonna give him an extension. I hope he doesn't let Carlos Vidal walk. I think Carlos Vidal's got a really good chance at some point to be our everyday manager. But I can't make him keep him, right? Like I can't do that. I cannot force him to keep him. So Taylor Jordan is pretty good. I genuinely prefer to keep coaches unless I know I can get a really good one. The Hose. Jose the Hose Gomez. Nice. Roniel Longa. I never got a pitching coach for Rookie League. That's funny. I just never did. You know what? Tim Henkin Johan, what a name. How about you be my pitching coach? Okay. All right. Let us zip to the end of June and see what we're looking at. Our nuclear hot start, we're cooling off a little bit, which I think was reasonable. Like, it was going to happen. We certainly could not have guaranteed that we were going to hit an amazing. We were going to play this well the entire time. Juan Carmona is pitching out of his fucking mind this year, which I love so much. So much. He's not even he's a guy that I got for free. So for him to be this effective is really encouraging to me. What did we do with our closer? Where's Mendoz? Where is Mendoz? Game. You turned him into a starter, and he's a really good one. Okay. Sure. So who isn't starting right now? Wait, seriously, who's not starting? Oh, Gabe Vega, you turned into a reliever. I mean, Jesus Mendoza could be a phenomenal starting pitcher, so if you want to make him a starter, go for it. I trust your judgment. Although I wish we did have a better closer if that's the case. I don't know how much I trust Nate Quinn at this point in his career. Might be something to consider at the trade deadline, upgrading and the bullpen. Are any pitchers badly struggling? Brad Page is. Let's go ahead and send Brad Page back to the minors and bring Lesko back. Okay. Okay. Oh, I completely missed the All-Star game roster being announced. Oh, there you have it. Any big changes here? Nothing too crazy. How have you been performing? You've been performing quite well, although you haven't been playing all that much. Good. Raced Henry. What a name. I thought his name was Race Car for a minute. But you know what it is? It is his nickname now. So we're gonna edit and we're gonna call you Race Car. Without the random apostrophe. Thank you. There you go. Lineup looks good. It's gonna be even better when Mitch Couples gets back. If he gets back. I don't know what happens when Choate is ready to come back. That's gonna be an interesting question to have. Nate Quinn is badly struggling. I do think we're gonna need an improvement in the bullpen if we're gonna be effective come postseason time. Um, Carmona, Jarvis both made the All-Star team. Rivera made it. Zapata and Anfuso both made it. And that's it. That's pretty good. That's pretty good. I like having that. Oh, and Jarvis. I missed Jarvis. No, I didn't. I said Jarvis. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 All Stars. That's pretty good. Um, yeah. Who made it from the prospect roster? Gyehyun Im made it, and that was it. Oh, and Kevin Mercer. Okay, cool. All right, let's go to the first year draft. The nicest number of wins. Damn it. Well, that's all right. Dusty Hackett is back. Cuevas is nothing special. I'm gonna go ahead and send him back to the minors, and we're gonna call a packet. Is Darren Heil playing right now? I don't think he is. Salazar's playing second, and Bouger is playing shortstop. He's actually doing fairly well, so I'm not annoyed by that. Andy Giacoletto is the subject of trade rumors. How has he been doing? I don't know, guys. I don't know if he makes the Hall of Fame. I think injuries have just completely devastated him to the point where I don't know, guys. I don't know. I still agree with the right choice. Like, I think he had a phenomenal career, and I'm really pleased that he's performed so well. But I don't think he's going to be a Hall of Famer unless I'm badly wrong, which I'm fully fine with. Like, if it turns out he is a Hall of Famer and he makes it, then that's all the better. But I don't think he's going to do it now. I think he's just had too rough a career after all the injuries. Uh, you know what? Honestly, same. I'm always diagnosed with a stiff back. Burton Kowalchuk. What a fucking name, man. I am prepared to spend a first round pick on a reliever if the right reliever is available. But it looks like a very, very heavily skewed starting pitcher and hitter draft. So, all right, what do we got here? Jeff Faber is a cheap corner outfielder. There's a lot to like here. I just don't feel particularly excited by him. Why do you have a Korean nickname, Doug Jones? You could explain that to me. Bet this is a pretty okay hitter, but he has no position. I like Eeyore here a lot. I think he's got a really nice mix of pitches. He throws pretty damn hard. He's smart. He works hard. I think he's our first round pick. Let's do it. Latrell, welcome to the Charlotte Silver Wolves. And I will pay you your bonus demand. Done. I have so many catchers in this system. I don't know that I really want another, but I'm at least willing to look. You're a really good hitter. Like, you're a really good hitter. Definitely a possibility. You're also a good hitter that works really hard. And I'm not impressed by Clint Nicholson. Or Bobby Donaldson, for that matter. Moore's just subtly better at hitting home runs, and I think that's more useful, but he's not as good at being a catcher. Neither one of them is great. I'm going to draft Moore's and pay him his bonus demand. Done. I mean, I will take both of them if that's what's going to happen here, so I will happily take that. Oh, he wants 3.2 million. I will meet that demand. I don't love it, but I will do it. All right. I really wanted a reliever in this draft, but there just aren't any. Other than Chris Fusilier, which is a great name for a reliever, don't get me wrong. We could draft him. I feel like I'd be reaching, but I do want more bullpen talent. You know what? Let's grab the Fusilier, the rifleman, as it were, and give him the slot. Dan Stockton is a good all-around baseball player. If his if his upside isn't super high, he's still good enough that I think he's worth a draft pick. So I think we'll go ahead and take him. Done. Pat Martinez is excellent. I'm not even going to look at anyone else. Done. That's a really good pick. Zach Schneider is the rare center fielder that can stick at center field. Without a second's hesitation, I'd take Zach Schneider every day of the week. All right. I've had enough second base and who can't second base to know that that's not going to help me. Same with Mike Ennis here. Although Mike Ennis does have elite power. That might be worth a draft pick, actually. I think it's reasonable. I think it's reasonable to take a little bit of a gamble. Financial amateurs, what the fuck? Nobody took one Aguilar. It's a shame I don't have any bonus pool left, because I would definitely have taken it. Let's jump over to here and pay him 650 grand. I think it's worth it. I think an elite tool like that, even if he doesn't have a clear position, could still be hugely beneficial if we give him some time. All right. Tim Wells still sucks. Joe Cios is fine, but kind of dumb. Joe Bach is decent, actually. I could get behind Joe Bach. Bach. And I will give him his 650 grand. I know I probably could negotiate and make more money. I just don't find it that fascinating. And again, I don't really love micromanaging unless I gain a lot out of it. You're kind of dumb, Cervantes, but but I like your upside, and we've had a lot of success developing left-handed pitchers. I don't know. I think I just need more pitchers in the system, so I think I'd go ahead and take him. Plus, he's free, which is not a nothing consideration. All right. Who has the best stuff remaining? Brad Dumont has pretty damn good stuff. I'm perfectly content with this. He is exactly what I'm interested in grabbing. Done. And let me grab Gabe Hindeman too. And that'll be my last reliever draft pick. Let's look at batting potential. Do we have any big time contact guys left? Eric Dumas is a pretty good all around hitter, it looks like, and he can stay in center field. I think we draft him. He does want a bonus. I'm willing to give him one, though. It's only 650 grand. That's not very much. I would like 650 grand. If anyone feels the need, you have too much money, you want to send me $650,000, I will not turn it down. I'm gonna take a shot on Ed Walter. I think he is. This power is worth developing, even if I don't think he's got a super high upside. But I think it's reasonable. It's treason then. Jeremy Evans, can you shortstop? You can shortstop reasonably well. That's good enough to be a draft pick for me. Mickey Swedlove is also very, very fast. Um, and it's a great name, so let's go for it. One Golden Corral here is very, very smart. I'm gonna take a chance on him, and not just because I want to name him Golden Corral, but also not that. Also know that I think Corral is spelled differently. We're gonna call him Golden, and we're gonna shortlist him too. I want to see his career and see what he might be able to accomplish. Ben Leahy is fine. Andres Fuentes is actually pretty good. I'm willing to give him an opportunity. Done. 19th round pick, Chris Wilson. He does keep the ball down and he does work hard. I'm willing to let him develop and see what we might be able to accomplish together. Andy Butcher name checks out as a defender. Um, let me look for pitching potential. Who's got the best stuff remaining? That has any semblance of control. Danny Maples not Danny Maples willing to work really hard. That means there's at least a chance that he figures out his control. And it's the last pick in the draft, so I'm not really expecting a huge amount from him. Let me now. I want to add Danny Maples and shortlist him. I also want to make sure to shortlist Latrell Valon or Valian. Latrell Valian. That's a good name. I like it. Okay. The draft is concluded. We have drafted up a storm. That is certain. Let's advance time and let's see how things go. We need Mitch Couples back for the team to be at full strength, but I'm willing to wait. The Casey Choda thing is going to be a really fascinating one. Like, I don't know what the answer to that is. Nate Quinn is injured again. Typical Nate Quinn bullshit. We need a reliever. I guess it means Kevin Mercer returns. Somehow Kevin Mercer returned. Anderson has been such a good bench bat for us. Such a good bench bat. He wants a pretty big raise and he doesn't have a path to starting for this club. I feel like trading him is the right decision. Plus, then I can call up Sergio Silva and have basically the same guy, but a little bit better. I just feel like somebody's going to be willing to offer us like a prospect package for him. Let's try it. Sincere Deshomes is a pretty good player. Zaire Masha a little bit less so. I kind of want to get two yellows. Or a green and a yellow. Okay, Bobby Montgomery is a third baseman, but other than that, is pretty good. Alan Pieper is also quite good. I wonder if we can throw in one more prospect potentially. I need relievers. I need good strong arms like Jacob Vaca. I would love to have him on my team. I want to see how difficult that is for him to make. And if they're like, that's not going to happen, then we can. You're fucking delusional. I will drop Alan Pieper if I can have Vaca. I think he's a really good reliever, and that's exactly what we need. You're still asking for way too fucking much, man. Way too much. What if I just did it for Vaca? Because I think he's really good. Yeah, see, you just don't want to give him up. And I'm not prepared to give away such a good player for that. So let's reevaluate. Montgomery is one of them. Morlon and Pieper. You're not asking for a ton extra. What if I drop Pieper? Oh, Morion sucks. I don't want him anymore. Yeah, I will take this trade. I think I'm losing this trade because I think Luna actually could be a good starting outfielder. I just don't have a spot for him. Um, but I wasn't going to keep him anyway, so I will make this trade, and we'll see how much the Phillies enjoy Andres Luna. I mean, 20 home runs when you don't start every day is pretty impressive, but I think Sergio Silva could be even better. So, it's kind of where I am with this. Stevie boy, you are getting better. I'm not ready to trade Fuso though, because Fuso's having a really good season. I don't want to tank this season. When I can trade him in the off season, arguably get even more stuff. So that's kind of where I'm at right now. That trade was really hard work. For honestly, a trade that I don't think is going to matter much in the long run. Thus had the Atlanta Graves for a minute. Like I thought they'd change their team name, which would be a pretty cool name if you think about it. All right, this is the big one. I am not going to rush him back. Our pitching staff has been doing very, very well. This is not the time to fuck it up. So I'm going to happily let Casey Cho recover and rehab in the minors. I want him ready for the postseason. Um, yeah. We need to upgrade the bullpen, and I have to be willing to pay at least a little bit to make that happen. Oh, I cannot make this trade anymore. That's a shame. That is ein shame. Mm, I don't like it. I do want a bullpen upgrade. I don't think he presents a bullpen upgrade though. Like I want somebody who's actually quite good. If I'm gonna pull the trigger and like give away like a decent prospect for him. Nate Quinn Saldana's probably not pitching all that well. He's not pitching badly. It's just not pitching well. I'm gonna let Nate Quinn rehab too, because to be quite honest with you, he hasn't been very good. So letting him rehab, I think, is the right call. Because they're not gonna keep him anyway. That is not a thing that's going to happen. Having control over this. Oh. Oh, let me actually take a look at Figueroa. He's really good. Let's resign him. And how's his Cho? All right. Okay. Number one bullet on the shopping list is a really good relief pitcher. Right now we've shuffled so many people through the closer role, and none of them have done well with it. So I think that's of critical importance is upgrading the bullpen, and I'm willing to pay for it too, for the right deal. Do we have any really good relievers on the market? If not, I will go looking. But Mark Greenman is not going to happen. John Lucas is pretty good. John Lucas would be a pretty decent upgrade, I feel. Although he is no, he's too injury prone. I don't want just a 1 year solution. I want a multi-year solution. And none of them are being offered. It seems like the year to get a second baseman if you want one. Hmm. Yeah, like a short-term upgrade doesn't make sense to me as something to spend prospects on. And that's what John Lucas is. Um, it's a 1 year rental. He's frequently injured. I've already got plenty of pitchers like that. I'm gonna try to put together my own deal here. Players. I want pitchers. I want overall at least 50. Relievers or closer. Um, aged 16 to 25. What about anybody older than 25? Okay. Mike Fontaine's control concerns me, but other than that, I think he's quite good. I have three of them. I still think we need an upgrade though. Um, you're both actually starters. There's nothing wrong with that, but I would just like a proper reliever. I mean, I would love to get Jesus Gudiel, but I know that you're not going to part with him without me giving something pretty substantial. Yeah, you just refuse. That's understandable, honestly. Like, I'm not even mad about that. It wasn't likely to happen. What about Phil Savage? Okay, now we're fucking talking. Phil Savage is an incredible relief pitcher, and you want very little for him. You genuinely want Juan Contreras for him. You know what? Done. That is a huge, 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 huge upgrade over the current bullpen. I love it. I love everything about it. Saldana. No, it's Mercer. Mercer goes away. And then you instantly get promoted. Um, I know that they probably got rid of him because they don't want to pay him his arbitration amount. That's fine. I do think Saldana. No, I want Nate Quinn to reach the end of his rehab time for now. That was a huge deal. That was a huge deal. Um, I don't think it really makes us a better franchise. So let's go to the next sim. Is there anything else that I want? Whose contract is up? Lesko and Hackett. What are we talking about for either player? Brett O'Connell has pretty good power. Dan Coons is a little bit more well-rounded and has quite a bit of speed. I'm gonna take O'Connell. This then opens up the spot for Nate Quinn. So that's one less thing to worry about. And then let's also trade Dusty Hackett. Or do we? All Dusty Hackett wants is just to stay with the team. I think just letting him go is also a reasonable decision. Like we need to save some money, which we're going to do by opting out of people's contracts. But do we trade Rivera? Do we trade Rivera? I don't think so. I don't want to fuck with the vibes that much. Um, I'm perfectly content to let him go in the off season, but he's having a career year, which might mean trading him now. Well, he's still got maximum value. Hmm. Let's do our due diligence. Let's kick the tires on trading Rivera. Let's just see. And maybe then nobody gives us a good offer, and if that's the case, then so be it. I ain't doing it for 3 yellows. I don't think I'm gonna do it for 4 yellows, to be honest with you. Ideally, I'd want 2 greens or a blue and a green. Yeah, none of these deals are any good. I'm getting okay offers. I'm just not impressed by any of them. Not enough to disrupt what we've got going, even if it means because what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna opt out of his contract. I'm gonna offer him a qualifying offer. He takes it, great. He doesn't, I get a first round pick. And that's more valuable to me than anything I'm gonna get from a trade. So that's my thinking. Done. But I cannot afford to keep him. Not without severely crippling my financial flexibility. Are there any interesting free agents, by the way? Um, Let me look for 50 potential. I'm just trying to check out and see whether any of the minor league franchises might have somebody that's worth purchasing. Doesn't look like it. Portland Rams. Let's check on hitters. I don't care about defense. I just want hitting talent if I can get it without spending too much money or resources. Sincere Furby, what a name. What an incredible name. I remember Furbies. They were blood on God and humanity. Um, okay. I just don't think there's anything else that I want. I think we got a pretty damn good reliever. That's really gonna help the team down the stretch line here, and I'm interested to see how everything shakes out. Getting couples back in a couple weeks is going to be massive. I'm not saying that Zach Bouger is garbage or anything, but he's not as good as Mitch Couples. That's for certain. So getting him back is going to be a very nice thing to have. We should have a ton of money next off season. Whether that means signing some extensions for people or what, I don't know, but that is gonna be big. It's gonna be big. Um, and I'm happy about that. Some good improvements up and down. I love it. Gabe Big got Rookie of the Month, which is pretty cool. I don't think he's in Rookie of the Year, but it's fine. Okay. I want Mitch Couples to rehab. I can't afford to lose him, so I want him to rehab so he can. Basically, I'm going to call him up when rosters expand, is my plan. But anybody in the top three of War, that's disappointing. We did clinch the postseason already, though, which is pretty good. I feel like any season where you won 100 games is a pretty good season. I'm just going to go out on a limb and say it's good to win 100 games. I know I'm controversial. I know. All right. Couples and Chode are both ready to come back. I'm going to send down Saldana, and I'm just going to let the AI decide what they're going to do with Chode. Yeah. Is Darren Heil playing? Not very much. Uh-oh. He's playing well when he is playing, but he's not getting enough playing time anyway. I'm going to go ahead and send him back to the minors and bring Couples back now. There we go. Done. I think it's the best I've ever done without having a genuine MVP candidate. Like I don't have anybody that's top three in War, and usually that's what it takes for us to have such a great season. But I'm here for it, man. Dusty Hackett wants to come back. I'm not opposed to it. I'm just not convinced that it's the best for this club. I know Casey Chode is losing stamina. He might turn into a reliever, which wouldn't be the end of the world, but also isn't what I'm looking for from him. But he would actually be an incredibly overpriced reliever, so hopefully he gets better. Eh, he's okay off the bench. I just have so many players. Well, hmm. Yeah, it's not gonna happen. Sorry, mate. Can't do it. And then we'll go to the end of the regular season. Can we just stop starting fights? Can we tie the Major League record for wins? We already have. If we win this game, which I hope we do, we did. 117 Major League wins, I believe, is a record, even in this franchise. We're gonna look at leaderboards for teams. We will beat the Mariners. The season isn't technically over, so it doesn't count yet. Yeah, we broke the record, guys. We broke it. That record has been murder-related. We are now the greatest team in baseball history. We have to do what the Seattle Mariners didn't do, though, which is win the World Series. Um, that is a crucial thing. I don't even care about my postseason roster because I get to chill out and meet the winner of the wild card series. And then we can look at the postseason roster and make some decisions there. Okay. Pli ouf rooster. We're leaving Choate and Mendoza off the roster. Are you fucking stupid? Are you brain damaged? No, Casey Choate 1,000% is on this postseason roster. Gabe Vega has not had a great season. Who are we keeping that we don't need to keep? Let's drop. No, Bougier's actually had a good season. I don't want to lose him. We're also leaving Couples off, apparently. What? Game? Are you completely mental? Oh, we can just add people to the postseason roster. Okay. I was about to fucking say. Yeah, give me Choate and give me Mendoza. There we go. Done. Okay. That feels better now. I was like, why the fuck do we look so shitty? Oh, yeah, because we're not adding people to the postseason roster. Any other roster moves we want to make? Is there anybody we don't want as postseason roster? Is anyone being left off? That shouldn't be. I don't think so. Yeah, I think we're okay. All right. Let us now playoff coverage. Why am I playing? Oh, because we reseed now. That's why. Yeah, okay. Big game Ernie Jarvis doing big game things. We love it. We love it here. Um, a narrow victory. A narrow victory indeed. Sergio Creo actually came in relief to get the win. Billy Pickren struggled. That's fine. Like, we can't expect perfection all the time. Choking is not good. It's all on the left arm of Ernie Jarvis. And there is nobody that I would trust more. But anything can happen. And I don't love the fact that we just got our brains hammered in 2 games in a row. I'll cover my eyes. We did it. Of course we did. Ernie Jarvis wouldn't let us down. Big time bullpen performance. We needed that desperately. All right, we made it to the ALCS. It looks like we'll be facing the Twins there, which is fine with me. I don't want to face the Yankees. The Yankees are scary. Billy Pickren leads off against Shamel Hamsbury, and the Twins take it. Why are we not fucking starting Sergio Carrillo? Under what circumstances would I ever put him in the bullpen? Okay. Carrillo is going to be a starting pitcher whether you like it or not. Like, this is stupid. I don't know why we're trusting Billy Pickren to be in these high performance situations when. Damn it, guys! Come on. The thing is, our manager's got enough cachet, you can just ignore me, which I don't love. Um, Jarvis got it done. Of course he did. I wonder now if leaving Choate on the rehabbing as long as he did was a mistake. Like maybe he's not up to game form yet. Hmm. Difficult to say. Difficult to say. Like, look, we're in the postseason. Only the good teams are here now. So, come on. Not one of my starters, other than Ernie Jarvis, has pitched well. And yet, you keep insisting on not starting Carrillo. He's just ignoring me. This is the kind of shit that gets managers fired, fuckhead. Oh, we took another game. That's something. Come on, choke. Don't choke. Damn it. I knew he would. It wasn't even Choate this time, though. Choate actually pitched relatively well. It was the bullpen that fucked up. Damn it. This is so embarrassing that we are the best team in American League history, or Major League history, and yet we can't get to the World Series. Ugh. Okay, starting Billy Pickering over Sergio Carrillo is a Galaxy brain stupid fucking decision, and I don't approve of that. Don't do it again, guys. Don't ever do that again. I'm nothing against Billy Pickering. He's a good pitcher, and he's young, and he's talented. He is not Sergio Carrillo. He has paid the big bucks for exactly the kind of situation, and he was never given the opportunity. So that is very disappointing. If we had made it to Game 7, I would have actually played the game out. But as it is, just like the Seattle Mariners, and we do not manage to get to the World Series, sadly. Damn. It looks like we're getting an all time classic World Series though, so that is it's good to see that. Like you always want to see a good World Series if you're a fan. Um oh, the Reds won. Good for them, man. What an amazing game too. Like 3-1. All these games are pretty tight. Um other than 3 of them. So 4 of the 7 games are really close. So, cool. I guess it's pretty good. Um it's hard to say that anything in the World Series wouldn't have been a disappointment. Um and the fact that pitching had done so well for us, but the bullpen had problems. I wonder now if we should have brought Choate back as soon as he was healthy and let him get more experience pitching. I feel like he didn't pitch very well in the postseason. And benching Carrillo is honestly a borderline fireable offense. Like that was so fucking stupid that I don't like it at all. All right, let's make the easy choices here. Void contract year, void contract year, void contract year. My third base coach retired. I don't have any control over that. Losing Carlos Vidal sucks. I actually like him a lot. I think he's got a chance to be a manager someday. So that is very unfortunate, but it is what it is. Let's break down the season and end the episode. I'm thoroughly disgusted, though. Thoroughly disgusted. What happened? Why does nobody have any stats? What? Is it doing the fucking thing where randomly decides, oh, you just want like the last season? Like I want last year. No? Interesting. What is happening here? What? What? I have no clue what's happening to my statistics right now. Mike Bennett had a pretty awesome year as a backup catcher. Why can't I see my statistics? Oh, that's what happened. The scope got fucked up. Okay. So let me do this as last year. No, not last year. I want this year. None. There we go. Now we're on. Now we're on it. We figured it out. Okay. Eric Infuso was fantastic this season. The best player on the Charlotte Silver Wolves. Didn't make the All Star team. Maybe should have. I don't know. He's had an amazing season. And he's going to make it really hard to move on from him. I think we're going to have to keep him for at least one more year, probably. But he had an amazing season. Career highs in pretty much every statistic. Except triples, I guess. Really great season. I'm not saying Zapata is 100% back, but he's definitely like 90% back. He was healthy. He played extremely well. He got on base. He's everything you want in a hitter and more. Very pleased. Ariola had a sensational season. Really, really good season, and I'm really happy for him. There's a real chance where I was about to say, this guy might not be worth keeping around, but he had a great season. Led the league in doubles, 5 wins, amazing on base skills, hit for a good bit of power too. Love it. Alejandro Rivera just turned in his best season as a Charlotte Silver Wolf. We got a lot of career years out of players, which means next year probably won't be quite as good, but that's all right. By far his best power numbers. I believe he set a career high in both home runs and doubles. He did. Hey, was Juan Gaviret perfect? No, but he definitely showed that he can hang in this league. And there's obviously other levels to his game. I'm really glad that we had him, and I'm really glad that he had such a good year. Um, that looks really good. Stay off the shelf, bro, and stop picking fights, man. Because you would have been a possible MVP candidate had you just played the games. This is a ridiculous season. For a guy to come off the bench and play at this high level is just really awesome. And he is more than worthy to be our starting catcher. Salazar's slipping a little bit. Just a little bit. I think Darren Hiles got to be given an opportunity to take a position. So that might be something that happens in the offseason. A fantastic bench is here. Bougier was phenomenal. He filled in whenever couples got hurt, so we didn't lose too much. Jeff Shumo was great. Yen Chuko definitely struggled this season. He was significantly worse across the board. If any one player could get better next season, it's probably him. I may need to trade him next season. That may be a thing that has to happen. Why was Silva starting? Oh, he was DHing. Okay, that's fine. And then Casey Cho got a home run, which is fun. Pitching, guys, you do not take the best starting pitcher on the team and then not start him in the postseason. That is a borderline fireable offense. If I didn't just sign him to a new contract, I probably would fire Austin for that. That was fucking stupid. Ernie Jarvis is just amazing. Like, I've run out of things to say to describe how great he is. He's been really fantastic. He's such a good mentor to our young pitchers. I love it. Billy Pickren had a good year. Billy Pickren had no fucking business starting games when Creo was not. Just putting that out there. Juan Carmona had an outstanding season. Mendoza turned into a starter. We got really great performances from a lot of really good people. Our bullpen struggled really badly. And that's something we're going to want to invest in here in the offseason, for sure. So I don't forget, I'm going to give Alejandro Rivera the qualifying offer. Nobody else gets one, but he gets one. I've always talked to Nate Quinn and see what he wants to stick around. He wants a raise. He's not getting it. He just isn't. So, as for the rest of this, we'll talk about it next episode. Hopefully you have enjoyed the series thus far. If you have, please remember to like and subscribe. Comment down below. Let me know your thoughts on what we did and what we could do better next season. But until next time, this has been Guardian. Thank you for watching, and I bid you good day.